Alright YouTube, so although it has been a while since I've done a Star Wars Skeleton Crew episode review because I've been lazy with watching the series, I'm super happy I got back to watching it because this episode was definitely a good one. It focused a lot more on sort of storylines and team building rather than action, but there was, definitely cool action to it nonetheless. A shorter episode, but let's dive into more thorough review. So episode 5 ended with Jude Law's character's betrayal as he holds his lightsaber, which was super cool to watch. And at the start of the series, he climbs up and he has his golden chains and all his golden riches because he's, finding all the gold, which was a very repetitive statement of mine I just made. But point is, he's stealing the riches, and the pirates ironically arrest him and bring him into the wolf pirate, whose name I forgot, but he's like the big bad of the pirates, and his voice is super badass. I really like this character so far. He puts and sentences Jude Law to, well, not Jude Law, but I'm forgetting his character's name because his character has so many names, which I like but also hate because it's hard for me to script. But his character gets the death penalty, but the pirates code kind of has like that forbidden something about he has to go through a trial or like a fight rather to be killed in death, sort of similar to the dark saber type storyline from The Mandalorian and Star Wars The Clone Wars. At least that's the impression I got. And just before then, we see the kids and their X-Wing fighters which came in, which made me feel like a kid again because we're so happy to see those X-Wings. So even though I kind of expected Jude Law's character to be a traitor and a pirate even from day one, ever since we saw him locked up in the prison and he was helping the kids but secretly as his best interest and other things throughout the series, not that it was like super predictable or done in a bad way, but it's kind of something I expected but was still happy and surprised to see because I really like his morally complex character. So the journey to At-Aten is still continuing in what seems like a never-ending quest, which I honestly like because I think it's super cool. I think even though I don't know how this series ends, I think if it ends with them not getting back to At-Aten, I wouldn't even be mad because I think that would be an epic ending, honestly. Well, I have like a theory about the finale with Jude's character, but I'll get into that when I watch the finale to see how it compares because I still have one episode before the finale eve. So in this episode, the four kids definitely bond well together. Not together, but rather in their groups of two, which Neil and Fern go together, then KB and Jonathan go together. KB talks about feeling different for being like a cyborg and a robot, which I kind of relate to in some ways, albeit not in a robotic cyborg way, but she definitely touched my heart with that, and really touched my heart to see them make amends, Fern and KB, as well as Neil and Jonathan get back to be better friends. Sorry, it's terrible. It's choking on my own tongue now, but point is, I was really enjoyed seeing the characters bond and make amends together because it was done in a very wholesome way and felt authentic and genuine. And the episode ends with a lot of destruction, so I'm not going to go too much in depth because I don't want this to be too spoiler heavy review, but point is, I'm really excited to see the next episode and finally finish this series. I'm hoping there'll be a season 2, even though I haven't finished the first one, or a Skeleton Crew movie, even better. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned more soon. Goodbye.